I'm doing a late but sort of short-ish stream tonight. I purposely not have my camera going that zoomed out because, again, it's late at night. I just finished taking a shower, so my hair is disgusting and still drying. And, yeah, this stream's not about me. But I did buy this really squishy. What is it called again? They called Squishmallows, like marshmallows. Squishmallows, and they really soft, so soft. New Cuddle Buddies. I have this cute one, and this owl. And I'm very much in love. But they were half off because, Valentine's Day is over, and since I'm single, I figured this will be the best cuddle buddy I could have. So I did that. Got two for the price of one. And I also got myself a BTS poster because apparently they're only $5 at Walmart, and I did not know this. I digress. Anyway, so today I want to, or I guess tonight, I want to talk a bit about bullet journaling and how I do it because I am back into bullet journaling. I don't know why my hair does this. Like some parts of it just refuse to curl. Like that part that just keeps disappearing. Anyway. So this is my handy dandy bullet journal. I have recently been reading the bullet journal method. Who it's by, and I can't pull it up right now because apparently my iPad's dead. So that explains a lot of things. I'm just gonna plug this in. And by real quick, I'm gonna have to wait probably 5 minutes for it to start back up because like that. This is why I don't have a Samsung Galaxy because if I plug it in, I can turn it on immediately. Plugging it in. But Apple, no. You gotta wait. Okay. While that is slowly turning back on, I will talk a bit about how I've been implementing methods from that book into my own bullet journal by kind of showing the overview of, I guess, my evolution in bullet journaling. Oh wow, it actually turned on immediately. How surprising. Okay. That usually never happens, so I'm a little put off by that. But it is the bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll, I believe is how you pronounce it. But it's a really good book. I checked it out from the library that's near my campus. They have a lot of ebooks that you can check out. So I checked it out, got it sent to my Kindle app, and it really has changed the way I've been bullet lately. So I will start by saying that I started this journal on May 16th, 2019, and I started it with sort of these dividers and things. Not really dividers, but my measurements for sectioning things off. So I have quarters, thirds, halves, and that's my entire grid basically. and that helps me to determine what would be for each. And it really helps a lot because a lot of times I forget which ones make it like even thirds and all of that. I do want to add extra ones to where like they'll have gaps in between them because a lot of times I don't like my boxes touching. As you can see from this side. Now this is my career goals section, which I won't really like talk too much into detail of. Um, Overall, I didn't really like it after a while, so I ended up scrapping it. My next journal whenever I make a new one. But I basically have 3 sections. This one is content creation, this one is music, and this one is self-care. And it basically just had a lot of things that I wanted to um, buy basically to help me achieve certain goals with things. But I haven't really used it. I don't really like it, so I stopped using it. And I feel like my lights used to be brighter than this, and I don't know if it's just because I was down one night. It's not at its brightest anymore. Nope, it's not the brightest. Anyway, um, so on to the next page. This was my content creation planner. Because being a content creator, you need somewhere to put all of that. Originally, I was basically writing down all of the videos that I planned to make for that month. So, like for example, this month was May 2019, right here. So May 24th, I uploaded my K-pop enamel pin collection video, and on May 31st, I uploaded my Boy with Love dance cover, that sort of thing. But then I ended up not really liking this layout, so I kind of stopped using that as well. And I use a different layout now, which I will talk about later. Um, and then we get to June. This is how June looks. And I forget if Map of the Soul actually came out in this month or not. That's what I'm checking right now. I tend to theme my journal sort of with BTS themes. Because that's like what keeps me motivated the most. No, not Map of the Soul. No, album. Or is the whole album called? I don't remember if it's called. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. Wait, did I actually have it right subconsciously? I think I did have it right subconsciously. Anyway, uh, no, wait, this came out in April, so I had the album. I mean, I have the album. It's somewhere in my abyss of my room. Um, but I ended up theming June with Map of the Soul Persona because I didn't have this journal when that album came out, and I just really wanted to like start making my spreads more artistic and really let my creative like side of myself just go wild with something. So this is what I did, and I made the grid that's on there, and then of course the sort of waviness of Persona as depicted on the album. I had the album sitting next to me as I drew it, just to make sure it was accurate enough, as accurate as handwriting can be. Um, and I made this one version 2 because I got version 2. So this one says version 2 in the corner here, Map of the Soul here, and then Persona down here. And then down here, I have the lyrics to Microcosmos in English, and in the corner here, I did like a sort of Spotify thing. So it says it's at 1 minute out of 3 minutes and 44 seconds, because 1 minute is where these lyrics start. So that was the theme for June, and I had like my calendar here and my summer bucket list right here, which has basically become my overall bucket list because I'm still trying to complete things on this list. So I guess I can't really call it summer bucket list anymore. It's just my bucket list in general. My names are great. Anyway, forgot to put in my eye drops, and I just realized, and it's getting itchy. I developed an allergy to dust. How great is that, right? I can do this, but I can't put freaking. Ah, there we go. That's one eye. I'm really generally a baby. Okay, there we go. So sorry. I just really needed to take those because my eyes were starting to swell and I could feel it. Anyway, on this page, still in June, this became my video ideas page, which ended up working better for me. So I kind of just would put all of my video ideas here and sort of cross them off as I can film them and post them. Um, there's a lot that I haven't done that I really want to do, but that requires money that I currently do not have because college is basically bankrupting me. Not really bankrupting me, more like just taking all my money and then some. Um, so that's really fun. My other page is dances to learn, and all of these are K-pop dances. Um, I didn't really like the layout of this as much. A lot of people like the colors of it, but just didn't really like it after a while, so I stopped using it too. And my list I think is too long for my bullet journal anyway, because I just want to learn so many different. And then places to go. Um, Not a very big list here, but that's what it looks like. And I put down here, "You Got Me Fly So Fast," another BTS lyric from Boy With Love. Um, because places to go, and I have a little airplane, so I thought the flying lyric would make a lot of sense. And then I left this page blank for if this page bleeds over. But honestly, I don't really travel that much. I'm more of a person that's like, if I'm with people that I enjoy being with, I don't really care where we are, just as long as we're together. That's all I really need. Um, so that's that. And now we are on to July, my Wings theme month, because Wings was like the most impactful album for me that they made. So I wanted to make like a whole spread for a month to kind of pay homage to that. So we have both the BTS and ARMY logos for the center of the page, and then the wings are spreading out of both logos because both BTS and ARMY, we both give each other the wings to fly. So that's why I had the wings extend out from both logos. And I do believe your galaxy. Yes. But yeah, just the whole analogy of ARMY gives BTS their wings to fly, and BTS gives ARMY their wings to fly, so that's why I made it like that. The wings, however, they took me like 45 minutes to draw of them. So that spread took a lot, but it also was really calming, and I was listening to um, just K-pop songs on shuffle while I was doing it, and it was really a great way for me to de-stress. and then my calendar for that month. And I have, once again, um, the BTS and Army logos in the bottom corner, because I wanted to keep it synonymous like that. And then I have a what makes me happy page. Um, I'm still adding stuff to this page actually. This is my favorite page book, and I don't know if it's actually going to be full by the time I run out of pages in it, this journal. So, I mean, I'm hoping one day I'll have both pages filled, but that's where it's at. One of my favorite spreads. And then this is how my weekly spreads would look before. So I had Monday through Sunday on these pages, and then I had weekly tasks here, and then upcoming tasks, and weekly reflection. But I have gone through a sort of evolution with that. So I did that for about 2 weeks and didn't really like some of it, so then I switched out the upcoming tasks section for um, a habit tracker. Um, Everything else pretty much stayed the same. But then we get to August. And I themed this month August D because August D. Um, so I basically made clouds, and all of these clouds have all of August D's songs in order of um, like track listing. And then here I have a quote from, or a lyric from one of the songs, which says, or translates to, life is a daily oscillation between revolt and submission, because I really liked that quote. Um, and then for here, I kind of stopped really using the weekly tasks. It wasn't working out very well for me. I expanded the habit trackers, and that was pretty much that. And that week still has I added another habit tracker for this week. And then starting the week of August 11th, I changed the weekly tasks into a place to have quotes. So that's what I did for that. But it has evolved even more so lately. I'm getting to pretty soon. This is my layout for classes. So this is my fall schedule. So here I have the academic calendar sections for fall. So it had all like the holidays, when midterm grades were due, when final grades were due, stuff of that nature. And then so this is coming up. And then in the center here was like my schedule in timetable format. So there was this went from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and that basically just showed my classes. And whenever I had work is also penciled in. And then here is my class schedule written out, where I have the class name, the professor's name, the location, and the time. And that's what I kept referring to. But I also just haven't felt like making one this semester because I didn't really use it as much as I would have liked to. Same with Semester at a Glance. I ended up never using it. Except for like writing in holidays. So I guess I should do this and just do holidays instead of having this whole key. Because I really didn't use it for any other thing. um, and then this class information section, I don't really use that often either. And then my assignment tracker, I did not use at all. It just didn't really work out for me. I think it was just too much for me to keep up with. So I've really simplified things a lot. I kind of started getting a little lazy with my bullet journaling. Like here, I didn't draw any of my habit trackers. But I did have a lot of. Well, there's an August D quote on this week here, which was, "Look down on me like that. It's my hobby to prove you wrong." It was one of my favorite quotes. I think I mostly quoted August D lyrics for this month because it was August D themed. Um, the one for the week of August 18th was Dream, you will fully bloom after all the hardships. Dream, your beginning will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. And then the week of August 11th was We all crumble, but it is up to us to overcome it in the end. Which I don't remember if that's an August D quote or if that's something I made up, because I make up a lot of quotes too. That's also a thing. Anyway, this is September, which I tried to draw Cookie BT21, but I didn't have the right colors in markers, but I guess that's why my cheesecake is pink too. That's supposed to be a cheesecake. Hope it's sort of legible as a cheesecake. But yeah, this was basically for JK month. Because Jungkook's birthday is this month. I put a Jungkook quote down here and drew my habit trackers again. Started working out more regularly this week to my weekly reflection. The quote that I put is, if you want to escape from the reality or feel tired, let's my place. There is a magic shop. If you open up the door in your mind, in there, us 7 members are waiting for you to be your strength and comfort. I didn't really write that the best, but that was one of my favorite quotes. And then I also like decorated with washi tape. And then I attempted the assignment tracker again, which like I used a little more that month, but I still was falling behind in classes. Like dates kept moving around because the weather got weird. That wasn't very fun. And then the next week, my quote was, "You are the cause of my euphoria." I'm really liking to stick to themes here. And then I just didn't really write a quote for this week. I didn't really use that week at all. And then no quote for the next week. And then we get to October, which was Inktober. I only got to about day 4, and then I basically had to stop because my schedule got so hectic. But I basically had all of the days for Inktober, the prompts listed out, and I was going to check them off as I did them, but it didn't really go as far as I would have liked. And then this week was a quote that I just made myself. And more quotes by me. Nothing much really changed. Another Jungkook quote. Another quote I made. Namjoon quote. Now we're on to November, which is like really prettily, like sort of space themed. I started getting even more lazy with the bullet journaling here. As you can see, absolutely nothing on this page. Same with that week. And that week. And that week. And then we get to December. The hectic finals that had basically already started for me in November was starting to rear its ugly head. So I again didn't really use it that much because I was so focused on finals that I didn't really have time for everything else. This was all my final stuff. That was all I basically was able to put in there because I was spending from 10 a.m. to basically 2 a.m. working on final stuff. And this was the week after finals. I went home that Sunday, or no. I think I went home Sunday or Monday morning, but the plan was to go home Sunday, but then I went home Monday morning because I had some last minute stuff to take care of before I left the dorm. So that was that, and then I ended up not really writing too much unless I was gonna do a stream. more stream stuff, but I didn't really do much over the break. Now we are getting to January, my birthday month. That's why there's a giant right there. I kind of wrote "be kind to yourself" down here because that's just something I really wanted to be able to do. Again, not much has changed though. Pretty much same format. Nothing has really started changing until February, which is this month. So I will show you February. So this is February. Map of the Soul 7 theme is, coming out this month. I have a welcome back BTS because come back, and a little calendar, monthly tasks or goals. But basically, I have this page. This is where the bullet journal method comes in. I have this page that's basically the tasks that I want to be able to get done in February. And then here I have my yearly reading since I couldn't really put it at the front of my notebook because, you know, that's just, yeah, didn't really have the extra space to put it. And I implemented this method quite late into the journal. So this is where all my books that I want to read for this month is, or not this month, this year is. The bullet journal method is the first book on there, but there's a lot of books that I'm wanting to read. And then here is like my layout for February, so like all my upcoming appointments and like homework assignments that I'm gonna do, stuff like that. And then here is my monthly tasks slash goals that I had on the front page that I ended up making a whole page for itself. That way it has more space and it kind of makes um, it makes for more room for like decoration on this page for the future. And this is my weekly layout. So I have all 7 days across the 2 pages. I have extra notes here for things that I was feeling on certain days and whatnot. I am using the key, or sort of like a variation of the key that she has, or that the book has listed out. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I was thinking in third person for some reason. Anyway, so I use like a circle when it's an event. I'll use a dot if it's a task that I need to get done, and I'll use an X when I've completed something instead of a check mark because check marks are like apparently it actually takes an extra like second or two to draw a check mark as opposed to making a quick X. That helps a lot, and I'll cross things out if I don't do them or if they become irrelevant for that day. And I always have my workout for that day listed at the bottom. And then I have all of my habit trackers for the entire month on one page, which was actually probably the most helpful thing and the most life-changing thing for me because they're all in one place, so I don't have to redraw them every week like I was doing previously, like here. Drawing that every week got really tedious, and I think that was part of the reason why I started getting lazy with my bullet journal. But now they're all in one spot. I love it so much. And then I have my ideas page, which is sort of a continuation of my content creation page, where I basically just, and my videos page too, but I basically just list out any ideas that I have when I get them, with the bullet instead of like a dash or whatever, and I'll basically just X them out when I do them. So that's been working really well for me. And then the other week is done the same way, just another variation of blue to keep going with the theme. And that is my bullet journal so far. I'm about halfway through the journal, and I do already have, I did already buy a journal that I plan to use when I finish with this one. And I definitely highly recommend the bullet journal method book. It really has changed the way I bullet journal. It's changed the way I declutter my brain. I feel less stressed. And like overall, I feel like I'm being more productive because everything is so simple, yet I can still be super creative with it to the point where I can actually keep up with the daily, like checking in and writing stuff in, because I'm spending a whole lot less time actually making art and making the weekly spreads. And it's just really an amazing thing. And yeah, that's basically what I wanted to stream. I hope that it was helpful because I wish I knew a lot of these things when I first started bullet journaling, and I think that a lot of people would benefit from bullet journaling if they figure out how to do it and make it in a way that works the best for them. Um, and that will actually allow you to keep up with it as well as your tasks. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little stream, I guess. I need to get some sleep because I have a stream in 11 hours, and I do need time to actually fall asleep and get up at a decent hour and eat breakfast and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to be slowly winding down. You can bet I'm going to be cuddling these guys. My god, they're so soft. I wish that I can just like, I wish I can just like have you reach through the camera and just feel how soft this is. It literally feels like squishing marshmallows. But like really soft marshmallows. Anyway, it's time for me to wind down even more so. Streaming kind of helps me wind down a lot too, which is why I've been streaming a lot more. Um, I know my streaming has also been very random. I apologize for that one. It's kind of just whenever I have a spare time to do so. And I've had quite a bit of it lately, and I just wanted to be able to share my process in making art and trying a new art style, which has also been very scary, um, but exciting, and I'm enjoying it. So my next couple streams will probably be mostly just that, and that's pretty much everything. So thanks again so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful night or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you guys at my next stream or video, I guess, if this ever becomes a video. I'm not sure. Um, yeah. Good night or good morning. And remember to K-pop and chill. Alright. Bye, guys. Rest well, eat well, all that fun stuff. Yes.